Hello everyone, welcome to the Weathersfield Proctor Library Storytime. I'm Glenna Coleman, Youth Services Librarian, and our library bear has something to say to me. Shh. Bear, why did you do that? Oh, I know. You were telling me something and I began to interrupt you, didn't I? I know, that's very annoying when people do that. Well, it can also be funny if it's in a story. And we have 3 stories today about interrupting. Our first story is called Interrupting Chicken. And this story is by David Ezra Stein. On the cover it says, "This book is called Interrupting Chicken." Right, Papa? Yes. Now please don't interrupt the story, Papa says. I think this one might be a very fun story. Interrupting Chicken by David Ezra Stein. Well, what do we see here? It looks like someone's house, doesn't it? It was bedtime for the little red chicken. Well, I wonder, Bear, how can somebody interrupt at bedtime? Okay, my little chicken, said Papa. Are you all ready to go to sleep? Yes, Papa, but you forgot something. What's that? Asked Papa. A bedtime story. Oh, well, bedtime stories are very important. All right, said Papa. I'll read one of your favorites. And of course, you are not going to interrupt the story tonight, are you? Oh, no, Papa. I'll be good. Well, we'll have to see. Do you think that Interrupting Chicken is going to interrupt? Oh, here's the story. Hansel and Gretel. Hansel and Gretel were very hungry. Deep in the woods, they found a house made of candy. Nibble, 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 they began to eat the house until the old woman who lived there came out and said, "What lovely children! Why don't you come inside?" They were just about to follow her when... What do you think will happen? You ready with your prediction? Out jumped a little red chicken. And she said, "Don't go in. She's a witch." So Hansel and Gretel didn't. The end. My goodness, that's not how I remember the story going, Bear. Chicken? Yes, Papa. You interrupted the story. Try not to get so involved. I'm sorry, Papa, but she really was a witch. Well, you're supposed to be relaxing so you can fall asleep. Let's try another story. I'll be good. Let's see what happens. Little Red Riding Hood. "Take this basket of goodies to Grandma," said Little Red Riding Hood's mother. "But don't stray from the path. The woods are full of danger." Red Riding Hood skipped along through the deep woods. By and by she met a wolf who wished her good morning. She was about to answer him when... What do you think will happen there? Out jumped her little red chicken, and she said, "Don't talk to strangers." So Little Red Riding Hood didn't. The end. Bear, that's not quite how I remember that story. Chicken? Yes, Papa. You did it again. You interrupted 2 stories. and you're not even sleepy." "I know, Papa. I'm sorry, but he was a mean old wolf." "Yes. Now let's get back into bed." "Okay, Papa, let's try one more little story and I'll be good." That sounds like a good intention. Chicken Little. Chicken Little was hit on the head by an acorn. "The sky is falling," she thought. She was about to run off and warn Goosey Lucy, Ducky Lucky, Henny Penny, and everyone on the farm the sky was falling when... out jumped a little red chicken, and she said, "Don't panic, it was just an acorn." So, Chicken Little didn't. The end. Well, there, that's not quite how I remember that story. Chicken. "Yes, Papa." "You did it again." "Oh, Papa, I couldn't let that little chicken get all upset over an acorn. Please read one more story and I promise I'll fall asleep." "But Chicken," said Papa, "we're out of stories." "Oh, no, Papa, I can't go to sleep without a story." "Then," said Papa, yawning, "why don't you tell me a story?" "Me tell a story?" said the little red chicken. "Okay, Papa, here we go. Bedtime for Papa by Chicken. Once there was a little red chicken who put her papa to bed. She read him 100 stories. She even gave him more milk, but nothing worked. He stayed wide awake all... Oh my goodness. Did Little Red Chicken get interrupted by something? Papa. Looks like Papa fell asleep. Good night, Papa. The end. Well, this story was called Interrupting Chicken by David Ezra Stein. It seems like Papa got interrupted 3 times and then Little Red Chicken was interrupted once. Well, we have another story about interrupting. And this story is called Don't Interrupt. This book is by Kathy Henderson and Sue Hellard. Ooh, looks to me like there might be some sort of a disaster happening there. Bear, what do you think that little boy wants? I think maybe you're right. Don't Interrupt, Kathy Henderson, illustrated by Sue Hellard. Jim was thirsty. Jim was small. Jim couldn't reach the faucets at all. So he asked his mom, "Mom, oh please, Mom, can I have a drink?" "Don't interrupt. Of course you can. Now shush and let me think." So he picked up the stool and carried it in. "All right, I'll get it myself," said Jim. Jim was trying. Jim had to stretch and hop, but he still couldn't make it up to the top. So he asked his dad, "I need a drink, Dad, and it's too high up." But his dad was busy talking. Don't interrupt. So Jim took the pillow that was next to the phone. "Well," he sighed, "I suppose I can do it alone." Jim was struggling. Jim had gone pink from slipping and sliding off the side of the sink. So he thought he'd try his brother. "Would you help me, Charlie? 'Cause I'm not big enough." "Not now. I can't miss this. It's really good stuff." So Jim carried off the cookie box instead. "I'll just have to do it by myself," he said. Jim was tired. Jim was fed up. Now the faucet was on, but there wasn't a cup. So he went to his sister. "You've got all the cups, Annie. Couldn't I have one?" "Don't interrupt," said Annie. "You're spoiling our fun." He stomped back to the kitchen. "Well, there's nothing down here. I'll just have to climb up higher. Oh, dear." Oh, I was right. There is a disaster. Jim had problems. Jim had started well, but the goldfish bowl had fallen. Who could he tell? So he went to ask the neighbors. "I'm trying to get a cup, but there's a fish in my shoe." "Well, aren't you lucky, dear? That's very nice for you." When he went back to the kitchen, there was no time to lose. The cat was going fishing in Jim's soggy shoes. Oh dear is right. Jim was winning. The fish was safe and sound, but the water was splashing down onto the ground. So he went to find Lynn. "I need a drink, Lynn, but it's getting very wet." "What was that you said?" "I can't hear you, pet." "Doesn't matter," said Jim. "I've just got to have a drink." He climbed the stool, the box, the pillow, to the cabinet by the sink, and well, they all heard the crash and came running in. There were Mom and Dad and Annie and Charlie and Lynn. They looked round the door. "Oh, no," said Mom, and Dad gave a groan. "Don't interrupt," said Jim. "I did it on my own." There he is drinking out of the measuring cup. Oh, don't interrupt. Written by Kathy Henderson and illustrated by Sue Hellard. You know, I can't help thinking that maybe those parents should have let Jim interrupt. Sometimes we have important things to say when we're interrupting. I mean, interrupting Chicken didn't necessarily have important things to say, but Jim certainly did. They could have saved a lot of trouble, couldn't they? Well, we have one more story about interrupting. This story is called Ivan the Terrier, and this is by Peter Catalanotto. Ivan the Terrier by Peter Catalanotto. Once upon a time, there were 3 billy goats named Gruff. Oh, I know this story. Hey, where did that dog come from? Is that Ivan? It is. Ivan, you naughty dog, you're ruining the story. I don't remember reading about Ivan in a story about 3 billy goats. Ivan, get back here, Ivan. Oh well, I guess we'll have to read a different story. Once upon a time, deep in the forest, there lived 3 bears. Oh, I know this story, Bear. Oh no! Sit, Ivan! Ivan, sit! This story is not about you. Bad dog. Heel, Ivan, heel! Oh dear. Let's try another one. Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs. Not again! Ivan, stay! Somebody grab him! Ivan! My goodness, he is causing chaos in the story, isn't he? Ivan, stop! You come back here right now! Ivan! My word, I've never seen anything like this. Once upon a time, a little old lady baked a gingerbread boy for her husband because the 2 of them were lonely. I wonder what the cat sees around the edge of the door. What do you think it might be, Bear? Let's see if you're right. Oh, come on! Would somebody please grab that dog? Ivan, sit! Were you right? Did you think the cat sensed Ivan around the door? Ivan, drop it! Shame on you. Don't eat that. Oh, he's eating the gingerbread boy. All right, I give up. There once was a little dog named Ivan. Now, where is he going? He's walking off the page is where he's going. Oh, I see. Good night, Ivan. The end. That story was Ivan the Terrible by Peter Catalanotto. Ivan certainly didn't want to be at the center of every story, didn't he? Well, Bear, thank you for reading with our friends today. We'll be back another time for story time. This was Glenna Coleman at the Weathersfield Proctor Library. We all miss you here and can't wait to see you back again. Goodbye.